Welcome to another Adventures with Void, featuring Butter, Echo, and me, Void. This time on Vancouver Island, we decided to check out Goldstream Provincial Park. This park is pretty close to Victoria, British Columbia, in the fringes of the neighboring Langford suburb. It's only a half-hour drive from downtown Victoria in good traffic, but despite being so close, you can see a lot of the features of what makes BC forests and parks so amazing. Dense vegetation, moss-covered trees, rugged terrain, and water features. The hike from the campground to Goldstream Falls was not particularly difficult, following Goldstream River and eventually rising in elevation to overlook the river from a steep wooded cliff. When we got to the stairs going down to the waterfall, Echo struggled a bit with the metal bars and needed some prodding to continue. Up until now, we mostly lucked out and didn't have to share the trail with many hikers or tourists, but down at the bottom of the steps, we had to wait a good amount of time for people to move on so we could get footage. At the waterfall's basin was a nice place to hang out while we waited regardless. You could get a sense for why it was originally called Goldstream, as there was someone panning for gold in the white water. We also saw a couple having some drinks, and I thought it actually would be a pretty nice spot for a picnic, albeit a very wet one. Once the tourists were out of the way, Echo and I scaled the rocks surrounding the basin to get a little bit closer to the waterfall. She did a pretty good job, and it was definitely worth waiting for people to move on in order to get closer. Getting back up the stairs was slightly more challenging for Echo, and I even carried her for a portion of the way. At the top, we had some water before finishing the trail loop back to the campground, where we prepared for the next leg in our hike. That, however, I will save for another video. I've decided to try making these videos shorter to see if they're a little bit easier to digest while I figure out how to edit these in a pleasing way. In any case, I hope to see you back again for the next part of our little journey in Goldstream Provincial Park. If you had fun riding along and liked Butter, Echo, and I, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Until next time, have fun and stay safe.